Hey everybody, welcome to the PTC. The PTC stands for the PRS Tech Center. What do you guys call it? What do you guys call it?
Paul's Tech Center.
Paul's Tech Center, right?
Paul's Tiny Closet.
Paul's what?
Tiny Closet. Tiny Closet.
Tiny Closet. That's
Pass
great.
the cheese.
Pass the cheese. You know what PRS stands for?
What?
Never mind. All right, so
I'm not going there.
this is a dream come true, really. This is the place where you would send your PRS guitar back to get modified, updated, fixed, tweaked, brought up to date, whatever, you know. And we have done a huge number of artist guitars in here. We've done a huge number of guitars from our customer base that have come back. And I don't think I've gotten any complaints, not one. Everybody's been really happy. This is kind of a dream come true. We've been talking about this for 20 years, that we would have our repair shop. And everybody here are some of the most skilled people PRS has. You get Scott. How long have you been with PRS, Scott?
20 years.
20 years.
That's all.
That's all. And how many artist guitars have you worked on?
I don't know. I lost it.
Yeah, maybe 300 or 400, 500, 600?
At least.
At least.
Yeah.
He's not. He's being humble. And we've got Lenny here. Lenny, you've worked on how many artist guitars?
Most of them for the last 4 or 5 years.
And most all the ones we've done.
Yeah,
Right. And
exactly.
You were final assembly manager. But how long have you been working?
I've been
at
here
PRS?
10 years.
10 years.
Knocking on
Imagine
11.
that. Yeah. James, how long have you been working at PRS?
9 years.
Yeah. And how many guitars have you had in your hands?
I can't even count. That's a lot,
Like 30, 40,000 guitars.
Probably at least.
Something like that.
at least.
And Sean, how long have you been here?
About 9 years as well.
And you're in charge.
Right, they'll have to talk to me if they want to send their guitar.
Well,
in
that's
for
good,
repair.
right?
Yeah, it's
You
good
should
thing.
be encouraging that. He's not a rough guy. He's gonna take good care of you.
Mr. Happy-Go-Lucky. That's right.
Yeah, that's great. Are you happy-go-lucky?
Yeah, for the most
Pretty
part.
much,
Sure,
right?
yes.
For the most part.
And Tim, how long have you been here?
6.
6 years. And how many guitars have you had in your hands?
I have no idea.
Extraordinary
A
number.
lot. A lot. More
And you
guitars
work-
than girls. Give me 2 guitars and I more.
All right, so I'll give you. Let's do some examples. Do you have a guitar that you're doing finished work on? What is this guitar that you have up there? Can you bring it down and show people what you're working on?
Well,
I
it's
think
kind
this
of
is
simple.
important.
This is one of the simple ones. That's one from the experience. It's Quattro. That was the one that had the little chip from the pickup.
And it's almost finished?
Yeah, it's just have to wet
Alright.
sand it and buff it.
All right, so when it's done, will anybody have any idea that it's ever been repaired?
No,
All right.
no way.
So what happened is that the experience, it got a little chip in it from people handling it, and it's one of our samples from the experience, and it'll be gone, right?
Right.
And is that a customer's guitar, the other one hanging up there?
That's also another experience guitar.
Okay. All right, so we don't ship stuff out then unless it's perfect, and these are samples for the new products we're working on, right? So if you bring a guitar in and it's a refinish, or somebody wants a new color on the neck or a ding fix, that's your job, very much. That's your job. That's your what?
My what? My what?
I thought you.
My life?
Tim is pickier on finishes than our customers are.
Yeah.
Than you are. He's done stuff that you've been amazed at.
Yeah.
Easily.
Well, that's good, right?
Yeah. Well, look at my bench.
And
right?
so what kind of PTC, James, what kind of PTC repairs do you get?
I do a lot of electronic stuff and mods and setup work. I actually have one of the bigger mods right there.
One of your favorites.
Well, my
Floyd.
face.
How did it get a Floyd on it?
We routed out.
We
They
put a
give us
Floyd on
money.
it.
You can have anything done.
Mhm.
That's great, right?
Yeah.
So that's cool. One of the things we do in PTC is that we'll take a guitar that was made in '87 and bring it up to 2010 specs, right? And because we do it here at PTC, we do it here in the factory, it doesn't devalue the guitar. Very often, a collector's guitar that's worked on somewhere else or has been modified, that's kind of a taboo, right? But for us to do it, it's good.
We actually have a guitar.
A blue one?
To 87, I think. 89.
87.
87.
So here's an '87 guitar that somebody sent in to be updated, and it looks exactly the same, but I mean the tone of it, it's ringing like crazy. So a lot of those bring it up to date jobs are yours, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And so then what happens, Lenny, you're working on a lot of the artist guitars, but you also have PTC stuff that you're doing as well, right?
Mhm.
So what would a typical repair be that you would have in here?
One of the biggest ones is probably the artist grade tweaks, what we just saw with that guitar, where we take the older guitars and bring them up to the new specs. Dealing with guitars like from Santana or Ted Nugent or Orianthi, they're very demanding guys.
Yeah.
And
One of them's not
gals.
Well,
And gals.
it's very demanding people, artists. if you
Actually,
will.
she's part of the guys.
Yeah. And we're bringing the guitars up to that level. It's like the top 2% of guitars. It's making a beautiful guitar into the best instrument that you can possibly play. And the difference between the tweaked and the untweaked guitars is pretty substantial. And it's something we've been working on for quite a few years, involving our hardware and the techniques we use to build the guitar. And it's come a long way in the past few years. And now our regular customers are starting to enjoy the benefits of all that research.
Right, so what happened was, say, Ori would send her guitars back, and we would update them, and she would call and go, it's much better. I don't know what you did, but I
Mhm.
really like the guitar. Pretty much the experience is 100% that the artists really like the guitars. I remember wrestling guitars out of Kenny Greenberg's hands that he's been playing in the studio forever. He's like, I can't touch this stuff. And he finally trusted us and sent them back, and they're all, in his experience, better than me. So what kind of repairs are you working on regularly, Scott?
All the hard stuff.
Yeah.
All the stuff that...
The broken necks and the really
Stuff nobody
serious.
else wants to do.
Yeah.
When they send the guitar back in a shoebox,
There you go.
he makes it work.
That's for you.
Did you get to do the guitars that got flooded in Nashville? Was that your job?
No, they didn't really have
Yeah, there was really not anything
anything really
serious.
done with them.
I mean, they were okay when they came back?
Yeah,
Except for
one.
electronics.
But yeah, most of it was
Was okay?
electronics and stuff.
So, when you say all the hard repairs, you mean like a headstock broken off or
but
something?
headstock
like
broken
that?
off, refrets, strips, all that.
Is that the stuff Lenny doesn't want to do and James doesn't want to do, or stuff you like doing?
Both.
Yeah.
We all sort of gravitate to our strengths.
Well, there's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with it, right? That's all right.
Mine is just telling people what to do and watching.
You know, if you own a PRS and you want to get it updated, this is the place to do it. It's really easy. UPS will show up pretty much anywhere, pick up a guitar, and we'll ship it back to you, and it all works out real well. I think the charges for the repairs are reasonable, and everything's been good. It's all been good. And for me, it's a dream come true, because if you sold somebody a guitar in 1988 and you meet the guy, right? You see, and he's got the guitar, and you know you've made some updates on the 2010 guitars you'd like to do. Now we have a format to do that, which is really important to me personally, because sometimes the person in 1988 spent the money that was saved for their college on the guitar, right? And I feel personally obligated to have a way in which they can get the stuff up to stuff. So.
Hi, my name's Sean. I'm the sales manager for the PTC. So when you call or send an email, you will be speaking with me. We can go over all the details of your guitar, work out exactly what you're looking for. We can install the 5708, the 5909, and just as of yesterday, we can do the 5310 pickups installation in your guitar. If you've seen some of the other guys, we can do headstock repairs, total refrets, neck repairs, setups, electronics, whatever you may need. We can certainly do a tiny ding repair to a complete refin. So whatever your needs are, these guys can certainly handle it for you. So be sure to check us out on prsguitars.com and give us a buzz. Thank you.